Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're diving into a report from Virtualization Options LLC, a tech research firm that really zeroes in on what executives, especially those in non-technical roles, need to know. The report makes this incredibly strong case for secure communication, and it argues that the way your team messages each other, well, that could be one of your biggest, most overlooked risks.
So the report kicks things off with a really direct question, and it's one every single leader should be asking themselves. Are your team's confidential conversations, the ones about strategy, clients, and your secret sauce, are they actually private? The answer, frankly, might just shock you.
All right, let's get right into it. The report first shines a big, bright light on the hidden business risks. It makes the point that the convenience we all love from our messaging apps, well, it's often hiding a pretty serious threat that most companies just aren't seeing.
And here's the absolute core of the issue. The report's crucial point is this. With so many of those free apps, your data isn't the priority. It's the product. They make their money by collecting and selling your metadata. That's who you talk to, who they talk to, when, and how often. This whole business model, by its very nature, opens your company up to data breaches, eavesdropping, and losing your most valuable trade secrets.
Okay, so after laying out all those risks, the report pivots to a solution, one that's built on a totally different foundation: privacy, not profit. And this new standard is all wrapped up in a platform called Signal. So what exactly is Signal? Well, as you can see, it's a free open-source app from the nonprofit Signal Foundation. And trust me, that nonprofit part is a huge deal. According to the report, its mission isn't about ad revenue or data mining. Nope, it's simply to give everyone secure private communication. And that fundamental difference, it changes everything. This comparison, man, it just says it all. It really gets to the heart of the report's entire argument. For most apps out there, privacy is just a feature. A bullet point on a marketing page that can be traded off against profit. But for Signal, because of that nonprofit model, privacy is the foundation. It's a completely different way of thinking, built from the ground up.
Okay, so how does it actually work? Let's peek under the hood for a second. This next section breaks down the technology, but don't worry, we're going to skip the heavy jargon and just focus on what it means for protecting your business.
First up, the big one, end-to-end encryption. This is the bedrock of Signal security. The best way to think about it is like a sealed digital envelope. Once you hit send on a message, absolutely no one can read it except the person you sent it to. And I mean no one, not even Signal, can see what's inside. For your business, this means your sensitive discussions stay 100% confidential, period.
Now this next point, this is a total game changer. Signal is built to collect pretty much zero metadata. It has no idea who you're talking to, when you talk, or where you're talking from. The report calls it a conversation with no paper trail, and that's the perfect description. For a business, this means your communication patterns, they just don't exist as a target for anyone to hack, analyze, or leak.
And this right here is why you can trust it. Signal's code is open source. Think of it like having the public blueprints for the entire app. Security experts from all over the world can, and do, look at it, inspect it, and verify that it's secure. That kind of transparency is why it's so widely trusted in the security community.
And finally, the security is all device to device. The magic happens right on your phone, and then it's unlocked on your recipient's phone. There's no big, central server in the middle storing all your conversations. And that's huge, because it removes that giant, juicy target that hackers love to go after. It basically eliminates the risk of a massive data breach.
So, what does all this techie stuff actually mean for your bottom line? How does it create real business value? Well, the report argues that this level of security isn't just a shield, it's actually a sword. It's a competitive advantage.
The benefits for your organization are just crystal clear. You're slashing your cyber risk. You're letting your teams collaborate on top-secret projects without having to look over their shoulder. You're making it easier to comply with data rules like GDPR. All of this means you're protecting your company's crown jewels without slowing anyone down. And the best part, it does all this in a ridiculously cost-effective way. So what's the price tag for this kind of enterprise-grade Fort Knox-level security? Are you ready for this? Zero. Zilch. Nada. There are no subscription fees, no hidden charges, and because they're not selling your data, it is genuinely free. For any organization, getting this level of protection at absolutely no cost is, well, it's an incredible value.
So how do you actually get your team on board? The report lays out a super simple three-step plan. First, just talk about the privacy and security features we just went over. Second, explain directly how this protects both them and the company. And third, and for any executive, this is the most important one, you have to lead by example.
Use it yourself for all sensitive communication.
We'll end where the Virtualization Options LLC report leaves us, with one last really critical question. Because at the end of the day, this isn't just about picking a messaging app. It's about your core business strategy, your trade secrets, your client lists, your future plans. They are incredibly valuable. So, are your conversations secure enough to actually protect them? Thanks for joining this explainer.